Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So on the whole, I thought that was a really exciting Bahrain Grand Prix, much better than the previous two races. You know, there was plenty of action, lots of overtakes, lots of penalties throughout the race. You know, multiple drivers like Liam Lawson, Carlos Sainz were getting 10-second time penalties for their overtaking manoeuvres, and on the whole, a pretty chaotic race and one I really enjoyed watching. But it was a dominant drive from Oscar Piastri. He was in a class of one. He had this race under control from start to finish. I mean, he finished 15 seconds ahead of George Russell, and it would have been a lot more than that had there not been a safety car. So a really good job by Piastri. And speaking about taking the win, Piastri said, "Great to have this result out here. It's been an incredible weekend, starting with qualifying yesterday and finishing the job today in style is nice. I can't thank the team enough for the car they've given us. It's pretty handy out there. It's been a great weekend and I'm very proud to do this out in Bahrain." So a really good job by Piastri, and I think his teammate Lando Norris had a good Grand Prix as well. It was a bit scruffy though. For example, he started P6, but he was out of position in his grid box, was Norris. So as a result, he picked up a 5-second time penalty at the start of the race. Still though, Norris had decent pace and he was in a great fight with Charles Leclerc and George Russell for P2 and P3, and it was really enjoyable to watch the amount of laps Norris was behind trying to make a move, but Leclerc and Russell, defended really hard. Norris eventually got past Leclerc and then he went for a last lap lunge on Russell round the outside, but Russell was just having none of it. And Norris ended up finishing P3. So overall, a good result for him. But there were a few mistakes as well. You know, we saw Norris lose time by locking up. For example, when he was chasing down Leclerc, he had a big lockup trying to go around the outside of him, went wide, and that cost him a load of time, a potential P2 finish maybe. And there was also an incident with Norris and Hamilton. Norris passed Hamilton off the track at the safety car restart, and Norris was told to give the position back, and that lost Norris a load of time as well. So, as I say, a bit of a scruffy race for him. He should be happy with P3, but yeah, just a bit of a scruffy race. And speaking about it, Lando said, "A tough race. I made too many mistakes with the overtakes, out of position out the start. A messy race from me. Disappointed to not bring home a 1-2 for McLaren because that would have been lovely at home. A tough one, but still a few positives." Now for me, George Russell has to be up there as being driver of the day. I know it was given to Lewis Hamilton officially, but I think Russell drove an excellent race. He's not in the quickest car out there, but he's driving it really well at the moment. You know, in the first stint, he's just about staying in touching distance with Piastri. He's keeping cars behind him. And then after his pit stops, he's in a comfortable place. Sure, he doesn't have the pace of Piastri, but he's comfortably keeping Norris behind him, having a solid P2. And then at the safety car, he was in a very difficult position because with like 24 laps to go, he was put on soft tyres to the end of the race. That's extremely difficult to do, especially considering the tyres he put on had already been used in qualifying, I think. But still, Russell drove brilliantly and he held off Leclerc, he held off Norris, and on the whole, he really did deserve that P2 finish. But will he keep it? Because he is under investigation for a DRS infringement. Basically, a few laps to go, Russell said over Mercedes team radio that he had accidentally opened a DRS, and the stewards noted that infringement and are now fully investigating it. Now, Russell was having issues with his car. For example, the transponder on his car seemed to not be working properly throughout the race. He then seemed to have problems with the dash on his steering wheel, and we saw his engineer coaching him through that. And it looks like a technical issue that Russell opened DRS when he wasn't meant to, but you can't do that unless you're within a second of the car in front in the race. You just cannot open DRS. And even though it was accidental, I think Russell could be facing a penalty, maybe 5 seconds, and that would drop him behind Charles Leclerc and Russell would lose a podium. So it'll be a shame if that's the case, but speaking about what happened, Russell said we were having all sorts of failures, and basically we had to do an overdrive on the DRS, and on one lap, I clicked the radio button and the DRS opened, so I straight away closed it again, backed off, nothing gained. I lost more than I gained. It was only open for a split second. Kind of goes to show the amount of issues we were having. So yeah, pure accident there, clearly issues with his car, but do you think Russell will be getting a penalty? Let me know in the comments below, but that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care, bye.